And when we look at for things like you were talking about, the way that we make friends and who we make friends with. So there's this wonderful person called Robin Dunbar. He works at Oxford University. He's a professor of anthropology there. And he's come up with this idea. He's been working for many, many, many decades, and he's got huge amounts of data behind him. He's come up with this wonderful idea that we have what the equivalent of a supermarket barcode on our forehead. And when we go and meet people, what we're doing without any conscious awareness is that we're really scanning individuals to find out whether we have commonalities between them. So we're all inherently drawn towards novelty to some degree, but also we're drawn towards making sure that we don't have to expend too much energy in our brains, because our brains are really, they consume a huge amount of energy. They consume something like 20% of our daily energy quota. So they're taking up a huge amount of energy in order for us to conjure up our sense of reality and instruct how we're going to interact. So we don't want to waste too much energy interacting with people if we can't quite understand where they're coming from. And so actually it makes more sense for us to become friends with people that might have similar backgrounds to us, similar ways of looking at the world, and see similar ways of communicating, because otherwise we find it difficult to understand where they're coming from, and our brains just have to do too many computations in order to make sense of them. So his idea is that we have this kind of bar scan, this kind of scanning code on our foreheads, and we go around trying to figure out who we should be expending our social energy on in interacting in order to make the most of that interaction. And there's some people that are, perhaps you'd call them extroverts, and they are willing to go around and expend more energy on social interactions, but a wider range of social interactions. And they've got a different region within their brain that's slightly larger. And Dunbar's idea is that they've actually got more beta endorphin receptors, and they're wired to go out, they're predisposed to go out and be motivated to interact with more people, more different people, in order to fill up those beta endorphin slots and feel satisfied. Whereas introverts, we could call them, spend they have a smaller network of friends, so they know fewer people and have less motivation to go out and interact with as many people, but they expend more energy on each one of those individuals. So they create, if you like, a community of support, of close support networks. Whereas the extroverts are there going around making sure that ideas and innovation can hop from small group to small group so that it doesn't become a stagnant echo chamber.
Right.
Now, both types of people are very important within a society to make sure that it's smooth running, so that you've got the support and established relationships and a network of help there, but also so that you've got innovation and ideas crossing between group and group. So both types of people, very important to society, and there's a biological predisposition towards which type of person you probably are. And you can look in the brain and start to predict with some degree of sensitivity as to what type of person, how you go about having your interactions with people.